The pain hits first. Luke Skywalker opens his eyes to a world that shouldn't exist. Coruscant's skyline stretches before him, but something's different. The buildings are cleaner. The air traffic follows old patterns. The Force feels lighter. He stumbles through the crowded plaza, disoriented and confused. People wear clothing styles he's only seen in history archives. Speeders pass overhead with designs decades out of date. Then he sees it. A holographic news display showing Chancellor Valorum addressing the Senate. Valorum, the Chancellor before Palpatine. Luke's blood runs cold. He checks his comlink. The date confirms his worst fear. He's traveled 30 years into the past, before the Clone Wars, before Order 66, before everything he knows. His father is alive, still Anakin Skywalker, still a Jedi. The weight of this realization crashes over him like a tidal wave. He has knowledge that could save billions of lives. He knows Palpatine is Darth Sidious.
He knows about the clone army's programming. He knows how the Republic falls. But who will believe him? Luke makes his way toward the Jedi Temple, its massive spires dominating the skyline. Temple guards stop him at the entrance, their yellow lightsaber pikes crossed. "I need to speak with the Council," Luke says urgently. "It's about the future of the Republic, about a threat you don't see coming." The guards exchange glances. The Council doesn't meet with every citizen who claims to have visions. "I'm not just any citizen," Luke insists. "I'm a Jedi, from the future, and if you don't let me through, everyone in that temple will die." The words hang in the air. One guard activates his comlink. "Master Windu, we have a situation at the main entrance. You're going to want to see this." High above, in the council chambers, Mace Windu senses a disturbance in the Force. Something impossible has just arrived. The council chamber falls silent.
12 Jedi Masters stare at Luke Skywalker, some with curiosity, some with suspicion, all with doubt. "Time travel," Mace Windu's voice cuts through the tension. "Impossible. The Force doesn't work that way." Luke steps forward, desperation in his eyes. "I know how this sounds, but I'm telling you the truth. Chancellor Palpatine is Darth Sidious. He's planning to create a clone army with chips in their heads. When he gives the command, every clone will turn on you." "Strong in the Force, this one is," Yoda observes, his ancient eyes studying Luke carefully. "But clouded, his mind seems. Traumatized, perhaps." "I'm not traumatized," Luke insists. "I'm trying to save you, all of you. In my timeline, Master Windu, you confronted Palpatine in his office. He killed you with Force lightning. Master Yoda, you went into exile. The entire Jedi Order was wiped out in a single day." Ki-Adi-Mundi shakes his head. "The Sith have been extinct for a millennium. Your claims are—"
"Not extinct," Luke interrupts. "Hiding, waiting. Palpatine has been manipulating the Republic for years. He'll start a war between the Republic and the Separatists, both sides controlled by him." Mace Windu rises from his seat. "Even if time travel were possible, why would the Force send you back? Why not warn us through visions or prophecy?" "Because visions can be ignored," Luke says quietly. "I've seen what happens when the Jedi don't act. My father, Anakin Skywalker, he becomes Darth Vader, Palpatine's apprentice. He helps murder everyone in this room." The name hits like a thunderbolt. "Anakin?" A voice speaks from the doorway. Luke turns. Standing in the entrance is Obi-Wan Kenobi, young, alive, and staring at Luke with growing recognition. "Who are you?" Obi-Wan demands. Luke's voice cracks. I'm Luke Skywalker, Anakin's son." Kamino's endless reign hammers against Mace Windu's ship. The planet shouldn't exist in the archives.
But Luke knew its exact location. That alone warranted investigation. Mace lands at Topoka City, where tall alien Kaminoans greet him with unsettling calm. "Welcome, Master Jedi," the Prime Minister says. "We've been expecting you. Your clone army is nearly complete." Mace's hand moves towards his lightsaber. "We ordered no army. Master Sifo-Dyas placed the order 10 years ago. 200,000 units ready now, 1 million more in production." Sifo-Dyas, dead for a decade. Someone used his name as cover.
The Kaminoans lead Mace through pristine white corridors. Rows upon rows of clone troopers stand at attention. Identical faces, identical armor. An army built in secret. I need to examine one of these soldiers, Mace demands. Medically, completely. The Kaminoans exchange glances, but comply. In the medical facility, Mace watches as technicians scan a clone trooper's brain. The scans reveal something that shouldn't be there. A chip, embedded in the brainstem.
What is this? Mace asks, his voice deadly quiet. Behavioral modification biochip, the technician explains casually. Installed in every clone. Makes them less independent, more obedient to orders. What kind of orders? Any orders, Master Jedi. They're programmed with contingency protocols. Emergency commands for extreme situations. Mace's blood runs cold. Luke's warning echoes Zen's mind. Order 66. Show me the programming, he demands. The technician hesitates. That information is classified. Only accessible to the Supreme Chancellor. Palpatine. Everything leads back to Palpatine. Mace activates his comlink. Master Yoda. Luke Skywalker was telling the truth. We have a situation. A massive one. But on Coruscant, something else is happening. Palpatine senses the disturbance. His carefully laid plans are unraveling. And when a Sith Lord feels threatened, he strikes first. The Clone Wars are about to begin early, whether the Jedi are ready or not.
In his private office, Palpatine's friendly mask shatters. Yellow Sith eyes blaze in the darkness. He feels it through the Force. Mace Windu on Kamino, the Jedi discovering his clone army, the inhibitor chips, everything exposed too soon. Decades of planning, ruined by one impossible variable. A time traveler, Luke Skywalker, Anakin's son from a future that should never have been revealed. Master, Count Dooku's hologram appears. I sense your anger. What has happened? The Jedi know about the clones. Palpatine hisses. We move now. Activate the Separatist crisis immediately. Begin the attacks. But the Senate hasn't granted you emergency powers yet. They will. Fear will force their hand. Launch the assault on Coruscant. Make it spectacular. Make them beg for protection. Dooku bows and vanishes. Palpatine reaches out through the dark side, touching the minds of key senators, planting suggestions, amplifying fears. The Republic must give him absolute authority today.
Not months from now as originally planned. He activates a secure channel to Kamino. Commence Order 66. Now. My lord, the Kaminoan responds, the army isn't fully deployed. Most clones are still in training facilities. Execute the order. Kill any Jedi on Kamino first. The transmission cuts. On Kamino, Mace Windu examines the inhibitor chip data when he feels it. A disturbance in the Force. Dark. Overwhelming. Coming from everywhere at once. The clone troopers around him suddenly stop moving. Their eyes go blank. Hands reach for weapons. Good soldiers follow orders. One clone says in a monotone voice. Mace's lightsaber ignites purple just as blaster fire erupts. The trap has sprung early, and across Coruscant, Separatist warships drop out of hyperspace. The Clone Wars have begun, but this time, the Jedi know the truth. The question is, will that knowledge be enough to save them? Or has Palpatine already won? The chamber door seals behind them.
Anakin Skywalker stands face to face with Luke, studying every detail. The resemblance is undeniable. Same eyes, same jawline, same connection to the Force. My son, Anakin whispers, from the future. How is that possible? I don't fully understand it myself, Luke admits. An ancient Sith artifact. The Force works in mysterious ways. You said I become Darth Vader, a Sith Lord. That's impossible. I would never. But you do, Luke's voice breaks. Palpatine manipulates you, uses your fear of losing the people you love. He promises to save Padme from dying in childbirth, and you believe him. Anakin's breath catches. Padme, we're not. You will be. You marry in secret. She becomes pregnant with twins, me and my sister Leia. But in my timeline, Palpatine shows you visions of her death. You become so desperate to save her that you make a deal with the devil. I wouldn't betray the Jedi Order for...
You slaughter everyone in the temple, Luke interrupts, tears forming, including the younglings. Children, Father. You murder children because Palpatine orders it. The words hang in the air like poison. Anakin stumbles backward, horror washing over his face. No, I could never. You do. And then Obi-Wan confronts you on Mustafar. You fight. He cuts off your limbs and leaves you burning. Palpatine finds you, puts you in a black suit, and you become his enforcer. Darth Vader, the most feared man in the galaxy. Anakin falls to his knees, overwhelmed. Why? Why would I do this? Because you loved too much, Luke says softly, and Palpatine weaponized that love. The door explodes inward. Clone troopers flood the chamber, weapons raised. Kill the Jedi, they shout in unison. Order 66 has reached the temple, and Anakin Skywalker must choose right now. Save his future son, or follow orders. The Senate chamber erupts in chaos.
Master Yoda stands in the center pod with Luke Skywalker beside him. Thousands of senators from across the galaxy watch in stunned silence as Yoda makes his accusation. Chancellor Palpatine, Darth Sidious he is, a Sith Lord controlling both sides of this war. Palpatine rises from his chair, his face the perfect mask of shock and hurt. Master Yoda, have you gone mad? I've served the Republic faithfully for years. Proof we have, Yoda interrupts. He projects holographic evidence, communication logs between Palpatine and Separatist leaders, financial records showing secret payments, and most damning, recordings of Palpatine speaking with his Sith voice to Count Dooku. The Senate gasps. But Palpatine doesn't panic. He survived too long to break now. Fabrications, he declares, created by Jedi who want to overthrow the Republic. They've brought this time traveler to justify a coup. Can't you see? The Jedi are the traitors. Senator Bail Organa stands.
If Chancellor Palpatine has nothing to hide, let him submit to a force examination by the Jedi Council. I will not be humiliated by religious zealots, Palpatine shouts. I am the Supreme Chancellor. I demand loyalty from this Senate. But doubt spreads like wildfire. Senators whisper, question, debate. Padme Amidala rises, her voice clear and strong. A simple test will prove everything. Chancellor, ignite a lightsaber. Show us your connection to the Force. The chamber falls silent. Palpatine's mask cracks, just slightly. His eyes darken. You want proof? His voice drops to a sinister growl. Very well. Lightning explodes from his fingers. Senators scream as force lightning arcs through the chamber. Bail Organa's pod bursts into flames. Padme barely escapes as her platform collapses. The Republic is mine, Palpatine roars, fully revealed as Dark Sidious. And outside the Senate building, clone troopers receive new orders. Protect the Chancellor. Eliminate all Jedi.
Execute Order 66. The true war has begun. The galaxy explodes into war. On Kashyyyk, Master Yoda deflects blaster fire from Commander Gree's troops, but he's prepared this time. His lightsaber moves with precise efficiency, disarming rather than killing. These clones are victims too. On Utapau, Obi-Wan senses the shift in Commander Cody before the order comes. He leaps from his lizard mount seconds before Canfire obliterates the cliff face. I'm sorry, old friend, Obi-Wan whispers, disappearing into the shadows. On Felucia, Ayla Secura feels her troops' intentions through the Force. She force pushes them backward, tears streaming down her face as she runs. You're not in control. I know you're not. But not everyone gets a warning. On Mygeeto, Kiadi Mundi falls. On Cato Nymoidia, Plo Koon starfighter explodes. On Salukami, Stas Ali dies instantly. The Jedi who didn't believe Luke's warning pay the ultimate price.
At the Jedi Temple, Anakin Skywalker fights alongside Luke, father and son defending younglings from clone troopers. Anakin's lightsaber blazes blue as he cuts through the attackers. "Get the children to the hangar," Anakin shouts. "We're evacuating everyone." This is the moment, the choice that defines him. In the original timeline, Anakin led the massacre. Now he's preventing it. Luke fights beside him, tears of relief streaming down his face. His father is choosing the light. The timeline is changing. Mace Windu battles his way through Kamino's cloning facilities, destroying inhibitor chip production labs. If they can't remove the chips from existing clones, they can at least prevent future programming. Master Yoda's voice echoes through every surviving Jedi's mind via Force communication. "To the temple, return. Regroup, we must. Palpatine, we will face together." But in the Senate chamber, Darth Sidious smiles. He planned for this possibility too. And his final contingency is about to activate. Something far worse than Order 66. Something not even Luke Skywalker knows about. The battle for the Senate ends. Mace Windu, Yoda, Anakin, and Luke corner Palpatine in his office. The Sith Lord fights with desperate fury, but 4 Jedi are too many. Mace's purple blade strikes true. Darth Sidious falls. The Clone Wars end before they truly begin. Across the galaxy, Jedi remove inhibitor chips from clone troopers. The Republic begins investigations into Separatist leadership. Democracy survives. The Jedi Order rebuilds. Anakin and Padme's relationship becomes public. They marry with the Council's blessing. Luke watches history rewrite itself. His mother lives. His father remains a hero. The Empire never rises. Billions of lives saved. "You did it," Anakin tells his son, embracing him. "You saved us all." But Luke feels something wrong. A disturbance in the Force. Growing, spreading, like reality itself is cracking.
Master Yoda senses it too. A price every change has. Altered the timeline you have, but stable it may not be. The ancient Jedi temple trembles. Cracks appear in the walls. Outside, Coruscant's sky turns an impossible shade of purple. Time itself is breaking. A figure materializes in the council chamber. Not quite solid, not quite transparent. A being of pure temporal energy wearing ancient Sith armor. "Darth Nihilus," Yoda whispers in horror. "Impossible. Dead for millennia he is." "Time means nothing to me," the entity speaks with a voice like dying stars. "You created a paradox, Skywalker, broke the natural flow, and paradoxes create openings. You saved your father, but doomed your entire timeline." Luke ignites his lightsaber. "What do you want?" "To consume this broken timeline, to feed on the chaos you've created. Every moment you remain in the past, reality unravels. Soon, nothing will exist. No past, no future, only void."
Anakin steps forward, standing beside his son. "Then we'll stop you, together." The being laughs. "You cannot fight time itself, Skywalker. Your only choice is for Luke to return to his timeline, undo what he's done, let history flow as it was meant to." Luke's blood runs cold. To save the galaxy, he must let his father fall again.